Jonathan Albin, and this is Game Master Soapbox. I'm starting a little bit later than usual, but here we are. And today we're going to be looking at the reasons somebody might become a game master, or I could actually be as bold as to say, this is why I'm a game master, and I may do it that way for the title. The reality here is that there are as many reasons to be a game master as I suppose there are game masters out there. Each of us has our purpose, reason, and intent, or whatever. And so today we're going to be exploring the ones that I have listed here, and so let's get after it, shall we? Game masters start being such in order to belong to a community. In other words, you as a storyteller know that by holding a game, putting a game session together, you're going to be bringing other people into a group. This collection of people eventually becomes, if done properly, a collective unit, an adventuring group, and therefore you create your own community of peers and whatever. So I'm trying to get the glare off my glasses, so give me a second for my exploration. And we're getting closer. Anyway, so by belonging to a community, you're able to therefore do the things that communally you might. You can talk about things in a general way. You can expand your conversations beyond the game framework and still be part of the group, so to speak, and give yourselves an opportunity to share the game's experience. So the next section or next reason would be to share your experience with others. And yes, granted, the game master has to be vicarious in some of that by having the players make the decisions on what they're going to do and how they're going to interact. But the idea here is that you're sharing that experience with other people, and there is something exciting about seeing other people see and interact with the reality you've created in such a fashion. These glasses are being problematic. The third reason, and probably the one that most people would think is most obvious, is that to be a game master is to relate a story, a series, or a saga. Yes, whether you're doing a single-shot adventure or if you're doing a group of adventurers, the idea is that you're holding that out there for the players to experience. Now, I do know that there is a great challenge, and many of you guys that are game masters will balk and say, well, no, as a storyteller, I'm an adjudicator and I'm a framework builder, but I'm not running the story. My players are doing that. And so therefore the argument of sandbox versus railroad comes up. And I'm not talking about even that. I'm just saying that there is something that you're wishing to convey, that whether it's just a list of the experiences and events or whatever, you are creating a sequence of stories. So those of you that are soapbox, that are sandbox game masters, don't be frustrated with the fact that I'm saying you're telling a story, because the reality is you're conveying a world that the players are creating their story in. All right. So no, leave that alone right there. So another reason why we want to be a storyteller is that we want to improve our own imaginary expansion. We want to expand our own imagination's boundaries through action, because it's one thing to say we understand what a creature looks like, whether it be a dragon or a frog. The idea is we understand what we consider to be its characteristics, but by expanding that into an environment where people take action and interact with these things, we're able to expand and enhance our imagination's scope, and thereby create a better connection with the players so that it becomes a self-cycling process, if you understand what I'm saying. Now, the one of the hidden reasons, I think one of the best reasons to be a game master, is to engage in philosophical discourse. Our world is now to the point where if we discuss things on a philosophical basis in any given subject, we can find ourselves against the ropes with other people relatively quickly. That the persons that we are engaging with might be affected or adversely triggered, or whatever word you want to use. But the ability to engage in a philosophical discourse in a safe environment that is not bounded by our reality, this is a great way to do so. And I can't tell you how many game sessions that I've participated in where the philosophical discourse became the deepest and the richest part of the conversation. Now, it's not always the case, and certain players will never desire, let alone engage in this kind of aspect. So you have to be considerate of your audience. But the reason why a game master might want to do this is to be able to explore that possibility in a way that prevents any backlash or misunderstanding, because it clearly is in a situation that is bounded by imagination and creativity. This means that you can create an alternative reality for your player's existence within this bubble of fiction that keeps you safe to pursue without running into the challenges of reality. I mean, the limits of imagination are not internal. I mean, not external. There's not something outside of the play environment that restrict what can or can't happen within the realm. It's literally a matter of the levels of philosophical discussion that you permit. And so by creating a safe environment for this interchange, you give you as a person room to explore this in a safe environment. And then finally, this is the biggest thing to me, and this is where I would say my personal agenda resides, and that is that I want to challenge myself and others to be creative. The role-playing environment is a place that has no limits other than our imagination. And when we interact with others so that the imagination field is a shared space, we gather better information on how to express ourselves. We gain better tools for interacting with the virtual realm, the unreal realm. And we give ourselves and our players the framework for establishing a more direct and more complete connection than otherwise possible. In saying all of this, I say that the reasons to become a game master are really themselves bounded by your creative and imaginative boundaries. When you are a storyteller, whether it's a limited one-shot encounter with a farmer with a water problem like we talked about earlier, or if it's a world-ending cataclysm dependent upon the social interaction of 6 different species, those are both within the framework of what might happen. And this means that you are in a realm of imagination, if you will. This is fundamentally welcome to the Twilight Zone. This is a realm of thoughts and ideas of reality and fiction, and we bring it to the table every session. So if you want to know more about how to become a game master and what the merits thereof are, check out the end card that talks about Games Mastery Academy. It's a training program that I put together that helps a game master develop the skills to be an exceptional storyteller. And if not, then click on the card above that will show you how to enjoy the nature of being a game master and the environment that role-playing represents in the Game Master's Soapbox series. So thanks again, and you